Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is McDonald's. This seems like an April Fool's joke prank, but it's not April 1st. It's actually March 5th, 2015. McDonald's to stop selling chicken treated with antibiotics in the U.S. Let me read that again. I think I might have missed a key word. McDonald's to stop selling chicken treated with human antibiotics in the U.S. Now, one would read this article with the title and be like, wow, McDonald's is going healthy. This is great. Keep in mind, there's a lot of restaurants out there that serve better products, better proteins, more sustainable. If you can even use the word sustainable in beef production or pork production. But quote unquote, their version of sustainable is a healthier product, no hormones or antibiotics from smaller producers. So there's a lot of companies out there that do this, a lot of restaurants that do this, a lot of fast food. Chipotle Mexican Grill is one of the most famous ones that has really touted their use of cleaner proteins. But here's the thing, just because a restaurant chain, fast food chain is using better products doesn't mean the restaurant is healthy. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, Chipotle has all these great ingredients, Panera Bread is so healthy, this, and this. And I said to them, but their salt is crap, their sugar's crap, their oils are crap, their flour's crap. Everything else besides these few token items are just high production commodity crap items that are very unsustainable, that don't pay their wages, employee wages properly, that don't treat the farmers good, that don't treat the land good, that pollute and the facilities. Like sugar is a very polluting industry. And the labor force in there is these young boys in a lot of these Central American countries. And so how can you get away with saying, well, we're serving better pork, but we're serving chocolate and from slave labor, and we're serving sugar from slave labor, and the sugar production is very detrimental to the environment, the processing, the facility, the production plant. So it doesn't make sense. It's like they're throwing things, they're there to trick the consumers, the American public, to saying, well, you should buy from us because we're doing these better items. And it's not the case. This is my biggest beef, no pun intended, my biggest beef with farm-to-table restaurants. They have 5, 10, 15 token items from local places, and everything else, they don't care where it comes from, they don't care who it affects, they don't care anything about that because they're just there to tell you, we're supporting the farm down the road, we're supporting the guy in 3 counties up from us, we're buying local tomatoes while we can for 2 months out of the year, we're buying this and that. And it's like, people think that this is a healthier option. They don't ask questions beyond that. And these chefs aren't being held accountable beyond that. So McDonald's to stop selling chickens treated with human antibiotics. This is a long article. They want to get rid of human antibiotics. So my first thing is, with the title, well, are there antibiotics that are made for animals only? And the answer is, yes, there is. So don't think that they're avoiding antibiotics in their chicken production, because they're not. They're still going to administer non-human antibiotics, okay? This is one of those things that you know, the way they word this, the way they do this, is just so manipulative, right? Because people are going to read this and not think anything of it. Just the title and say, oh wow, McDonald's is making these moves and this and that. This is a whole long article how they're forming committees for sustainability of this and all these initiatives they're doing. And the biggest thing in here, I think, is in addition, the company said it will offer, the company also indicated that it would work to curb antibiotic use in other supplies, including beef and pork, and said it would stop using an artificial growth hormone in milk, which is popular in the chain's Happy Meals. So the recombinant bovine growth hormone, they're going to stop using that in their milk. I think that's phenomenal. If they can step up and say, hey, all suppliers, we're not going to take your milk with bovine growth hormone anymore, get rid of it. I think that right there, because McDonald's is powerful enough to change the industry. If they started buying avocados tomorrow, they would change the whole world supply. If they stopped buying potatoes tomorrow, they would change the whole world supply on potatoes, the price. What they say can change everything. So if they go to the suppliers and say no more bovine growth hormone in our milk, they're going to listen. They're going to listen to McDonald's because McDonald's has that much power. So Are McDonald's prices going to go up? I think food prices are going to go up in general, and that's just what's been happening, you know, year after year. Prices go up. McDonald's is under a lot of scrutiny lately. They're not making money. They don't have a good image. So this is, I think, is just one thing to say, okay, we now want to raise awareness of where our food is, how our food's being produced, not where it's coming from, but how it's being produced. That is crucial to the American consumer now. American consumers want to know what they're eating. Now, there's still a lot of people that don't care, that still eat crap, and I see it all the time, and they talk good to my face, right? They're like, oh yeah, this and that, and we eat like this, and like that. And I see them eating at some other restaurants. I see them buying stuff in the grocery store, putting it into their shopping cart. I'm just like, you eat like crap. You just totally eat like crap. And everything you've told me is just, you know, it's like people just say the stuff to feel good. And so by McDonald's having these items, I think people are going to say, well, I feel better eating at McDonald's. And McDonald's even says it in the article here that people want to feel good about what they eat, and they now can feel good because of our initiatives. And you know, now how long will this take to be in effect? I have no idea. I have no idea. McDonald's still says that the animals will get believes that any animal that becomes ill deserves veterinary care, and our suppliers will continue to treat the poultry with prescribed antibiotics, and then they will no longer be included in our food supply. But they're still being treated with animal antibiotics that are still going to be included in. So see, it's farmers have been using small doses of antibiotics in chickens for years. After discovering that it helps the weight gain, farmers also give animal antibiotics to kill potentially harmful bacteria. But the use of these antibiotics has generated concern that could encourage bacteria development resistant to those antibiotics. Of course, it's creating superbugs. That's why you don't want all these antibiotics in your food supply, because it creates these superbugs. If you're going to kill off 99% of a colony of viruses, bugs, bacteria, and 1% lives, that 1% is now, or 0.5% is now, resistant to the antibiotic. Then when that 1% reproduces, now that 1.5%, 2%, 3% is now resistant to that antibiotic. And this is what's happening. They're crossing. There's been many articles I've read where these superbugs have crossed over into humans and can cross. And one thing I just read last week was just in the feedlot, in the feces in the feedlot and all that kind of stuff. The dust in the feedlots can blow these superbugs across and spread them into the human population. And people are so concerned about vaccinations, or so concerned about all this other stuff. And they're still consuming things that are a huge detriment to our population, to our health, to our earth. So it just doesn't make sense, because people just like to talk, and this is what McDonald's is doing, I think. They're just talking about this, and they might be making changes, but people confuse what they're talking with and how much changes they're actually making. So to say there's no hormone, the article does not say they're stopping all antibiotics. It does not say that, just human antibiotics. How many human antibiotics are given to poultry versus animal antibiotics? I have no idea the ratios. It could be 10%, it could be 5%, it could be 45%. I don't know that. So I'm really not qualified to make that comment, but it says that they're still going to be using antibiotics. The company, however, did say that its domestic farmers will continue to use chicken treated with ionophores, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, ionophores, and type of antibiotic not used for humans, but that keeps poultry healthy. Okay? That right there, enough said. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and go over to my site, chefonamission.com, and check it out.